So I don't know about you, but I've noticed batteries have kind of gone turbo recently, and we're starting to see the effects of this over here in the West. Battery life might just be about to get way better for everyone, and not in the way that you might first think. Hey guys, I'm Ryan Thomas, and people have been harping on about graphene battery tech for a few years now, but that's not what today's video is all about. You probably heard the term silicon carbon batteries more recently. In particular, it was spoken about an awful lot with the OnePlus 13 launch, and it's a pretty big deal. So right now, your smartphone likely uses a standard lithium-ion battery with a graphite anode, and modern smartphone batteries are actually really good. They're typically over 4,000 mAh, sometimes over 5,000 mAh in the larger models, which enables all day, if not sometimes, 2-day battery life. These use the graphite anode, where silicon carbon batteries use a silicon anode instead. These silicon batteries are capable of more energy density, so you can either use the same physical size battery and get more juice out of it, or you can go the other way and make the battery smaller but get the same amount of power, the same amount of juice as a bigger battery you might have used, it being a standard lithium-ion one. This opens up the opportunity not only for a phone with better battery life in general, but also that small phones are about to get a pretty healthy boost in longevity too. It's not like a 100% increase or anything like that, more so a 10 to 15% uptick in density, but that's seemingly enough to make a substantial difference in devices that we already have access to. This isn't an up and coming thing, this is already around. The likes of the OnePlus 13, there's a healthy, substantial battery life boost that isn't just going to allow 10,000 mAh batteries in smartphones this thin, but instead goes from 5,400 to 6,000, so a nice healthy boost. Silicon carbon battery tech isn't new, by the way. Honor debuted this back with the Magic 5 Pro in China, and actually the Magic series does use silicon carbon batteries as long as you buy the Chinese models and not the global or European versions, which have smaller batteries. For some reason, global models just are stuck with the standard lithium-ion ones, which is a bit of a shame. I don't understand that decision. And actually a fair few Chinese phones have these batteries, the Oppo Find X8 series, the Xiaomi 14 series, the OnePlus 13 series, and a fair few of them are available in Europe. This one you can actually buy in the US, but very few of them are, at least for now. Because I'm not sure why Samsung, Apple and Google haven't adopted this technology yet, but it's kind of sad how the big hot Galaxy S25 Ultra didn't get a silicon carbon battery and instead stuck with the standard lithium-ion one. Now that isn't to say that its 5,000 mAh battery is going to be bad, because I'm sure that is not the case, but it isn't the cutting edge tech that I think a lot of us expect for a phone with a price that is so steep. Here are the highest end models from several manufacturers, some that use silicon carbon batteries and some that use standard lithium-ion batteries. And you can clearly see a trend in battery capacity here, despite all of these models being pretty similar in terms of size and weight on paper. Taking a deeper look at some of the spec sheets for the phones that did receive silicon carbon batteries, there seems to be a bit of a drop off in charging speeds across the board. Not by a crazy amount, by the way, but just a little bit. I mean, we're still talking 70, 80, 90 watt charging, it's just no longer 100 watts. But I guess that's still much better than what the current Pixel, iPhone and Galaxy Ultra are using. They use the standard lithium-ion ones. So I can't imagine this is going to be a massive deal or a massive hurdle going forward. Is this because silicon carbon batteries are just more delicate in how they charge? Or is it just chemically harder to get the juice in there? I don't know, I'm not a chemist or a physicist, but it doesn't seem to be a major pitfall, just one to note for now. And it's also worth mentioning that silicon carbon batteries are generally considered just a bit better for the environment than their standard lithium-ion counterparts. Because silicon is supposedly a more eco-friendly material, it's not just battery life that might get a bump here, but also it might have an impact on our carbon footprint too, which is only ever a good thing. And with the improvements to compute that we've experienced and benefited from very recently in the last year or so, it looks like the positive battery life effects could only compound from here. I mean, the Snapdragon 8 Elite has been proven to be 30 to 40% more efficient, depending on what you're using your phone for, of course. And this is substantial and significant progress on what was already a pretty good chip last year in the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. Sure, this energy efficiency progress isn't going to be linear, you know, the next chip isn't going to be 30 to 40%. Maybe it is, I don't know, but it's not guaranteed is my point. But we might not be able to double efficiency, but we can add battery density, and vice versa. If you create phones with super batteries and then really efficient chips, you're only going to compound that battery life gain. I don't know about you, but I foresee a portable handheld type device, once ARM has become fully integrated into gaming of course, that has crazy efficiency like what we see in Apple's laptop and desktop chips combined with a silicon carbon battery and an LTPO OLED display. And that would create something that truly lasts all day and that can run high-end games upwards of 120 FPS. That's just my vision for this kind of tech though. Can you tell I'm a bit of a gamer? I don't know. And I think the handheld market is going kind of crazy right now. I foresee that happening as soon as someone can actually design it. And actually this kind of idea can pretty much go for any piece of portable tech that can use this kind of battery. It's kind of crazy, from cameras to tablets to laptops to smartwatches. I mean, come on, denser batteries in true wireless buds and wearable devices could be huge. Imagine if your Pixel Watch or Galaxy Watch could last a week or more on a charge. Compute in there, making things more efficient, and then better battery density, just giving you straight up a bigger battery, could be a bit of a game changer for those kinds of pieces of technology. Smartphones are only just the tip of the iceberg in this whole debate. And with smartphones as big as they currently are, you know, the mainstream ones, I'm not talking the little compact ones, this is only going to be good news. I mean, the OnePlus 13 is probably about the average size for a smartphone these days and packs in a 6,000 mAh battery. That's kind of insane. That's 1,000 mAh or 20% larger than the S25 Ultra and handily delivers 2 to 3 day battery life on a stretch with super fast charging still. Wired and wireless. That's kind of crazy. What do you make of this whole situation, guys? Are you excited for silicon carbon batteries to make their way into Western smartphones? You know, the sort of the Pixels, the Galaxies, whatever. And the same token, you also like, meh, it's only a 10 to 15% improvement. It's not going to make the biggest difference. I don't know. I want to hear from you in the comments on this. If you're on the OnePlus 13 also, how has your battery life been? Because almost it feels like it might only be getting better for me. I don't know if it's updates. I don't know if it's learning my usage patterns. I don't know if that's even a thing, but it does feel to be getting better. I'm always intrigued to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. And whilst you're down there, be sure to hit like if you enjoyed today's content, and of course, subscribe to never miss another upload. Thank you all so much for watching. I've been Ryan Thomas, and I will catch you later. Cheers.